The culture that we live in is moving at a rapid pace. The culture that we live in craves creativity. And the church is not the place that they're finding it.
In America, there is a disturbing trend happening right now, and that is the escalating rate of people dropping out of the church.
Now, what's happened outside of the church is that the culture, particularly the advertising industry, has long ago moved away from text. Maybe there's ways in which we can communicate meaning through image and create powerful experiences of God for people in worship.
This is just the beginning of ministry, but for some of us, this is the beginning and the end, and we totally neglect all of the folks who are outside of these walls.
You want to be culturally relevant and at the same time biblically uncompromising. This is hard.
Image is powerful. We have to be careful. Because if we're using the wrong images, years and years later, people can recall. And if we're taking people to the wrong places, that's not a good thing.
Every aspect of our church has to be engaging the broader community in some creative way, in some long-lasting way.
And so we go to the text, we exegete, we illustrate, we apply. That's how we're taught, in a very linear kind of fashion. But what if instead of thinking about it that way, instead of confining it to the sermon, you do a couple things different?
Everything today is about teaming in ministries. For so many times in worship, we do it the silo way, where whoever does music goes and plans music, the pastor plans the word and maybe picks out some music and scriptures and so forth. And so it's not done in a creative, team-based kind of process.
All right, inherent in this piece is really what we think is the key to helping you to make this transition from text to image. And that is the key of metaphor.
When we use metaphors from the culture, and we do the work of redeeming those metaphors, the culture becomes a reminder of the gospel.
Because that means we've got to go in the room and do the hard work of doing contextual ministry.
Think about what is the felt need that's going to hook the people we're talking to, and then what is the desired outcome?
What happens Monday? If we use metaphor, then we create lasting experiences, and that's where real transformation begins to happen, and that's why we're doing what we're doing.
When you put meaning to image and you encounter that image again outside church, in the world, then suddenly all that message comes back to you.
Well, the last dimension of worship in our planning is mission. Is that worship ultimately is to help us clarify what matters most to God.